Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, and name His Son, Yahweh Shai. This video is going to lust. Lust is very strong. Lust can cause brothers and sisters to do crazy stuff that they don't even usually do. Lust is a very, very powerful demon. You can have brothers lusting at the female, losing his mind. Going crazy over the female to the point where she cheat on him, he'll kill her. When you have females lusting at the dudes, they stalking him, cutting his tires on his car, cause they lusting after him. It ain't love. They don't see nothing in the brother. They just love what he can do. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get some precepts to help brothers and sisters out with lust. Cause a lot of people battling lust. And Satan strong. Satan used that lust demon on a lot. It's nothing new under the sun. So things that happened back then is happening now. Satan used that lust demon to make brothers fall. He'll use that lust demon to make brothers fall in this truth. That's why Proverbs 24:16 says, a just man falleth 7 times, meaning completion. The number 7 means completion. So a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked fall into mischief. So you got to get back up when you fall. Because Satan gonna come at you, bro. And you might fall sometime. That's how strong. And you might see, it might be to the point where you see, it's lust, but you still fall to it because that demon's so strong. But you have to get back up, fast and pray, and get that demon off you. So I'm going to get some scriptures to help brothers and sisters out, on with that lust demon. So it got Proverbs 6:25-35. It says, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. So it talks to the brothers. The Most High know, and this King Solomon speaking, but the Most High speaking through him. The Most High know that Israel got some beautiful women. We got some beautiful women. There ain't no other women who look better than our women. But he telling you, do not lust after their beauty. And what do it mean by lust? It's not saying that you can't see a female and be like, oh, she beautiful, I'm finna go slide on her and spit game to her. I can see her being my wife. It's not saying you can't do that. That's not lust. When you lusting after a female, it's to the point where like you stalking her 24/7. You feel me? And it's causing you to think sexual thoughts about the sister. Like, is she like, just say the sister, you try to spit game to the sister, right? But she say no, and you still trying her, bro. You still like, it's to the point where you thinking like you want to rape the sister. Like, I need her. I don't care what she say. She say yes, I'm still gonna get it. That's how strong lust is. Lust can have people doing things that they don't usually do. You feel what I'm saying? People lust, and then just like when you masturbate, right? When you get done, you feel what I'm saying? Get done, do what you're doing. You snap back out of that, be like, dang, why did I just do that? Cause that's not lust took over you. Lust be having you doing things that you don't usually do. That's a demon on you. And if I'm gonna get an account in the Bible, but when it's in the Apocrypha, the history of Susanna, when 2 grown men were lusting after their sister to the point where they wanted to rape her. That lust was inflaming in them and took over. So I'm gonna get the history of Susanna, and it says, there doeth a man in Babylon. No, let me skip. I'm going to get to the point. The same year were appointed 2 of the ancient of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake unto the wickedness, came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Joshim's house, and all that had any suits in law called unto them. Now when the people departed away at the noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk, and the 2 elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that the lust was inflamed towards her. So the 2 elders, which are supposed to be the judges of Israel, watching Susanna every single day walk through the garden. They know she have a husband, but that lust inflaming them. That lust took over. They to the point where they don't even care. They watch her every single day like stalkers. They are stalking Susanna. And it says, and the 2 elders saw her going to every day and walking, so their lust was inflamed towards her. Lust. And they departed their own mind and turned away their eyes, and they might not look upon heaven nor remember just judgments. So that lust got to the point where they didn't even look at the heavens. That lust took over them so bad they couldn't even pray to the Most High. They knew what they were doing was wrong, but they couldn't help it. They was ashamed to pray to the Most High. They didn't even look up to the heavens. You know, they didn't even remember the judgments. What can happen for looking at another man's wife? They didn't even remember that because they were so inflamed in their lust that it took over them. You know, so I got it says, and Albert they both were wounded with her love, yet durst not one show another his grief, for they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. So they both knew what they were doing was wrong. They both knew what they was doing was wrong, but they was ashamed to talk to another one about it because they feel like if he said something to him, he was gonna judge him. And the other brother felt like if he said something to him, he was gonna judge him. But they knew what they was doing was wrong. They just was ashamed to tell each other about it. You know, so it says, and the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from one another, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust, then appointed there a time both together when they might find her alone. So they both told each other, all right, I'm finna go home and probably eat dinner with my family. And they both departed. And they both came back at the same time. They didn't think that they were gonna see each other again. They came back at the same time and caught each other. He probably like, what are you doing here? And he said, man, I can't help it, man. Look at Susanna. She look good, right? And the other brother was like, yeah, she do look good. So they appointed a time when they can catch her alone together. So both of them we're gonna try to catch her alone and try to rape her. That's what they were gonna try to do. They were gonna try to rape Susanna when they caught her alone. And it says, and it fell out as they watched a fit time, she went in as before with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. So Susanna was washing herself in the garden, like taking a shower because it was a hot day. So she washing herself in the garden. And it says, and there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her. So the two elders, they lust inflamed in them so bad, they're watching Susanna take a shower, hiding, watching her take a shower, and she have a husband. And it says, then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors that I may wash me. So Susanna telling her maids to go get her some washing powder so she could shower with. She now reminds you when the maid leaves, Susanna gonna be all alone now with those two elders stalking her. And it says, and they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves as privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders because they were hid, so they didn't see the elders. And it says, now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore consist unto us and lie with us. So the elders lost their mind. That lust inflamed them so bad it took over their mind. They ran up on Susanna while she taking a shower and talking about some go forth. They said they ran up and said the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us and lie with us. So they didn't have no sense. They ran up on Susanna thinking that she was gonna be like okay, thinking that they're gonna have a threesome with her. That's what they were trying to do, have a threesome with Susanna. But they flesh that took over. You feel what I'm saying? That they start following the flesh, not the spirit. They walked in the flesh, not the spirit, and they allowed that demon, that spiritual demon, Satan, to take over their mind. They start thinking crazy. Because a man in their right mind know if two men run up on a woman taking a shower that she's not finna lay with them, she gonna think they crazy and call the police. In this time, they'll call the police. But they didn't have no sense. You know, that demon, that lust took over. They just ran up on her. They wasn't thinking. And it says, behold, the garden, if thou were not, now this is what they saying, if thou were not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away the maids from thee. So that's how strong lust is. These two men said, they what they telling Susanna, if you don't lie with us, we're gonna make a lie up and say it was another man in here lying with you. Cause you know that reminds you now, they are the judges. So people gonna believe what they say because they elders and they are the judges. So they saying if Susanna don't lie with them, they gonna tell the people, everybody, that Susanna was in that land with another dude, and she could get put to death for that. You know, if you keep reading on the story, I think I did a video on the story of the history of Susanna. Watch that video. I go into the whole story. But hey, she got put to death for this, for these two elders' lust. You know, cause they couldn't face the fact that she didn't want to lie with them, so they made a lie up on her. That's how strong lust is, bro. That's why these men be out here, you know what I'm saying, raping people or messing with little kids, crazy stuff, because they lust. That spiritual demon Satan is taking over them. That's lust. You ever heard people say that's not love, that's lust? Cause people get in a relationship sometimes just for lust. They don't really love that person. They be in a relationship because, you know, her body or he got money. You know, people can lust after money as well. People, it don't just have to be lust. Don't just have to be about, you know, laying with a brother or sister. Lust can be also with money. That's why in the Bible, it's at Matthew 6:24, it says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. So he's saying you cannot serve, which is mammon is money, material wealth. You cannot serve material wealth and serve God at the same time. And a lot of these celebrities and rappers, not even celebrities and rappers, a lot of people in general, you know, serve their money. You know, they lust after money and lust after clothes and shoes. That's what they lust after. You know, people have different things they lust after. But majority brothers fall to the lust of a female. That's the number one lust that they fall to, the lust of a female. And and it says, I'm finna go back to Proverbs 6:25. Lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee within her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and an adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So it's saying, for any means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Because a man, if a man could fall to a beautiful, a female could be so beautiful. I'm talking about very beautiful, bro. But she can be a whore. But he falls to that female because of her beauty. You know, he know that she a whore, but he can't help it because she beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? She beautiful and he can't help it, so he fall into her. And she's a whore. She's a harlot. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. So she taking his money. That's now today's time. Brother be spending all his money on a whore. Buying her a Hellcat, you know, buying her shoes and clothes, and she ain't bringing nothing to the table. She a whore. She's sleeping with other men. She bringing him to a little bit of money, to the point where he broke. He lost his job. He ain't making no money, and she leaving him to go sleep with another man. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go down. That's how the story take place. When you with a whore, that's why you can't fall to the lust of a female's beauty, because she can be beautiful. A 10 now, a rate 1 out of 10, she could be a 10, but she can be a whore. She could be a 10, but be a whore. But you can get a girl that's a 7, and she could be loyal. But brothers don't want the 7 and loyal. They want the 10 and the whore because they want the image. People ain't gonna know the female of the whore like that. You know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna know the female of the whore. So they want a female that look good, so people can be like, oh brother, that's your girl? Oh, you with her? You done bad her? Oh shoot, you done did that. That's what the brothers want, but they don't care that she taking over, that she taking his money. They don't care nothing about that. And it says, can a man take fire in his bosom? Can a man take fire in his bosom, his clothes not be burnt? Can one go into hot coals and his feet not be burnt? So it's saying, can a man take fire in the bosom and his clothes not be burnt? No. If a man take fire in his bosom, his clothes gonna get burnt. And it says, can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt? No. If a person walk on coal, his feet is gonna be burnt. So it's saying, so he that goes into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. So adultery, you gonna get judged for adultery, bro. Brothers be lusting at the brothers' wives. That don't be love. That's lust. That's how strong lust is. Lust will have you lusting over your brother's wife, and that's gonna be a very, very scary judgment on you. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, that's why you're not supposed to lay with your brother's wife or brag about you laying with your brother's wife, because that's not fire, bro. That's you playing with your life. Brothers be playing with their life out here, laying with brothers' wives. And it says, so he that goes into his neighbor's wife. Hold up. It says, it says, Slide, bear with me. It says, whosoever. He said, so who that goes, and it says, but whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So if you commit adultery, which adultery is lust, when you commit adultery with a female, that's not love, because you know you ain't gonna be with her because she got a man. You know you're not gonna be with that sister, brothers, if you know what I'm saying. You know you're not gonna be with that sister if she got a boyfriend. You just trying to lay with the sister, and that's lust. And it says, whoso committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. So you basically destroying your own soul. You're going to get put to death. You know what I'm saying? You might not get put to death the next day or that same day or 2 weeks from now or a month from now. But you're going to get judged for committing adultery with your brother's wife, bro. You're going to get judged sooner or later, bro. He says, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest consent, though thou giveth many gifts. So if a man catch you in there sleeping with his wife, he not gonna spare you, bro. He not gonna be like, oh, it's okay, it's cool, or I forgive you. That man gonna be hot. He gonna be heated. He gonna try to give him a gift. Bro, I pay you this much money, bro. Please don't kill me. I give you all this. He not hearing that. You just slept with this man's wife. He not hearing that, bro. So you basically playing with your life also when you commit adultery. And adultery is lust. So brothers, you have to stop that lust and watch when you lusting, bro. Because lust is a very it's a lot of demons on you that can get you put to death, bro. You might not even make it out that woman's house. Her husband come home early, see you in there. You might not make it home, bro. You might get put to death. He might kill you, shoot you, you know what I'm saying, beat you to death in the house. So I got Galatians 5:16 through 26. And it says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the. He says, then I say then, walk in the spirit, ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So if you walk in the spirit, you keeping these laws and commandments, you fasting and praying, 24/7, you doing something, you are not going to walk in the flesh. And the Bible is telling you to walk in the spirit, because you know that your flesh like to do wickedness. Your flesh love the feeling of adultery. Your flesh love the feeling of you could take another man's wife. That's your flesh. But your spirit, that's why I say walk in the spirit. When you walk in the spirit, you're not going to think about lust. It's going to be hard to try you with lust because you in a spirit. You feel what I'm saying? So it says, for the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. So it's a battle every single day in your body between your flesh and your spirit. It's an everyday battle. It ain't no physical battle. It's a spiritual battle. That it's a flesh and spirit battle. Sometimes you want to read, your spirit wants you to read, you ready to read, but then when you read, you get sleepy. That's your flesh. But then you're trying to fight it with your spirit trying to stay up, but your flesh wants you to go to sleep. It's a battle. It's a battle. Then you have to walk in the spirit, bro. You walk in the spirit, you nine times out of 10, you're gonna overcome the flesh. I'm not gonna say you're not gonna fall. You're gonna fall, try to get back up. Your spirit gonna allow you to get back up. If you walk in the spirit, you're not gonna stay down. They said, but if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law. But if you be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. So he finna name whatever. Hey, if you doing any of these things right here, I'm finna name, you are following your flesh. You need to stop. Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lavishness, adultery, witchcraft, hatred, various emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envying, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven. So if you're doing any of those things I just named, you are following your flesh, and you will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. All that's lust. It's just wicked lust. All that stuff that I just named is lust. It's very powerful demons that's on you, that if it causes you to do this wickedness. You gotta understand, when people say they're depressed, when people say they stressed out, got anxiety, they want to kill themselves, they sleepy 24/7, they don't want to do nothing, they got that slothful spirit. Those are all evil spirits. Those are demons on people. See what I'm saying? Those are demons on people causing you to go off. Cause you gotta understand, you have angel on the left hand side, angel on the right hand side. You know what I'm saying? Good and bad. You got angels. You got guardian angels, and you also have angels. You also have death angels. You have angels that put demons on you. You know what I'm saying? That try to get you out this truth. So, and it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another. So if you walk in the Spirit, if you walk in the Spirit, it's a beautiful thing. He just said peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. All that's beautiful in the Spirit. But you walk in the flesh, it's gonna be wickedness. You're gonna start doing wicked stuff, bro. So I got Colossians 3:2. And it says, set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth. If you set your affection and your mind on things above, you're not gonna fall for the flesh. You set your mind on these precepts, just what I'm saying. If Satan gonna try you, with, with that lust. He gonna try you with pornography. He gonna try you with adultery. And you gotta think of a precept in your head. Think of Colossians 3:2. Set your affections on things above, not on things of the earth. And I advise you to put sticky notes in your room. You know what I'm saying? Sticky notes. Look at your Bible verse on. I got sticky notes in my room. Put sticky notes of Bible verses to help you with temptation on your wall. So when you think of that temptation, you can look at those verses. So Colossians 3:2 is a good one. You know what I'm saying? Set your mind on things above, because things of the earth is wickedness. You gotta think of it. The world that we live in is wickedness, bro. Think of all the stuff that's going on in this world. And if you set your mind on this world, you're gonna be destroyed. That's why I say be you can be in the world, because we in the world, but don't be of the world. Don't be of this world. Don't agree with the world, what this world gives you. Don't try to do what this world, what everybody do in this world, because everything that this world do is wickedness. So if you set your mind on things above, meaning of the heavens, and what's to come, you won't fall for none of that wickedness of the flesh, because you got your mind on things, above. So I got 2 Corinthians 10:3-5. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So he's saying the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. It's not a physical fight. That's what people fail to realize. People be trying to get, try to work out to get bigger, getting a lot of guns, stacking up on food. But the fight is not carnal. It's not physical, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, which is spiritual, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So basically what this verse saying is not a physical battle, it's a spiritual battle. You have to pray that the Most High cast away these imaginations, because it be like wicked thoughts go through your head every single day. You're like, dang, why am I thinking about this? That's Satan trying to go through your mind. So you have to make sure that you be repenting and asking the Most High to cast these evil spirits off you, out your mind. Because Satan can play in your mind. It can get to the point where he play in your mind, you going crazy. You thinking that rape is okay. You thinking that homosexuality is okay. You thinking about all type of wickedness, adultery. And if you're thinking adultery okay, that's the demon on your head, and demon and plague in your mind as well. It's the demons. You know what I'm saying? So I got 2 Timothy 2:3. Though therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh. You got to be a soldier in this truth, bro. This truth ain't for everybody. You see, don't America got soldiers? Don't China got soldiers? You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the Most High he gotta have an army. The Most High want an army. He don't have to have an army, but he want an army. You gotta be a good soldier. You gotta fight the good fight. You feel what I'm saying? You can't allow that lust to take over you, and you keep falling over the same. I was battling that. You can't keep falling over. You can't keep falling to the same sin over and over again. You gotta grow. You gotta fight another sin. You gotta get to the point where Satan can't try you with that same sin like that no more, because he know that you overcoming it. So it says, thou therefore endure hardness. Endure. It's gonna be. Nobody said this truth is gonna be easy. Nobody said that you coming to the Most High, it was gonna be easy. It's gonna be temptations. It's gonna be temptation. Let me get that scripture real quick. Going into Sirach. When it's Sirach told you, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in times of trouble. So he's saying, hey, it's gonna be tough. This truth gonna be tough. You might lose your job. You might lose family members. You might lose the time you spend with your wife. You used to go to the club and spend time with your friend, and you ain't gonna be able to do that no more, and they ain't gonna be cool with you no more. Hey, you got to endure though. There's nothing that's coming. And this is light affliction, bro. This is light affliction that we going through. You have to endure this, bro. It says, as a good soldier of Yahushua. You gotta be a soldier, bro. You gotta get back up when you fall. Don't when soldiers get back up. Just say a soldier get knocked down during war. Is he gonna stay down, or is he gonna get back up and fight? He gonna get back up and fight, right? So you have to get back up and fight when you fall, cause you a soldier of Yahushua. And it says, Job 31:1. I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then shall I think of about a maid? So Job made a covenant with his eyes. He made a covenant. So now he's saying, I will not look on the maid. He telling himself every time he see a woman with a man, I ain't gonna look upon her. That's my brother's wife. I ain't gonna look upon her. So he made a covenant with his eyes. He training his eyes not look upon, a female if she have a husband, or a female that just, that's just like a harlot. He made a covenant with his eyes that he not gonna look upon her, because he know that's gonna come lust. He know his spiritual demon Satan gonna come into his brain. Now he gonna do something with that woman. Now he gonna commit adultery. So that's our forefather Job. Our forefather Job made a covenant with his eyes, and that's something that we should all, try to do. Make a covenant with our eyes and try to not look upon these females that that's sent by Satan. Because Satan used females to allow brothers to fall as well. A lot of brothers fell to females. And they fell to her beauty. Satan just don't come. Satan don't come with horn, with red, with a pitchfork, with horns. He come through that beautiful female that you listen after. He can come through her. He come through money. He come through cars, clothes. That Satan come through anything. So I got James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. So the Most High is saying, blessed is that man that endured temptation. Temptation gonna come. You can't stop temptation. Temptation gonna come. No matter how much money you got, you can't pay Satan to stop tempting you. You can't. Temptation gonna come. But he said, blessed is the man that endured temptation. If you endure temptation, you blessed. You is blessed if you endure temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. So if you endure temptation, if you endure Jacob trouble, the FEMA camps, all this stuff that come to pass, you are going to get the crown of life, which is promised. The man is not the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. So if he says you're going to get a crown of life for enduring temptation, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a crown of life if you endure temptation. So endure it, bro. Endure that lust. James 4:7. Submit yourself therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So if that lust coming in your head, like, oh my God, I want to go over there and lay with that sister. I want to go lay with her so bad. Hey, turn to the Most High. Hit your knees and start praying. Hit your knees fast and start praying. Understand that you can't do that. That's Satan trying you. You know that's Satan trying you. So hit your knees as soon as because if you don't hit your knees and pray, As soon as that thought come, it's gonna get bigger and bigger. That thought gonna get bigger and bigger to the point where you walking 5 miles to that sister room just to lay with her, and it's raining, cold as hell and raining. But that lust inflaming in you so bad that you walking 5 miles to that sister place, 30 degrees and it's raining, just to get some play. Cause that lust took over. Satan took over you, bro. You didn't hit your knees and pray when that thought first hit you. You know, so brothers and sisters, during lust, understand that you can do it, bro. The Most High not putting nothing on you that you can't bear. You know, lust might seem hard, but He gonna give you a way out, bro. Just continue to pray, continue to fast, you know, seek the kingdom. So I want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Hawashah, and I say shalom.